don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned.
Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a while. How y'all doing? There's a few people in here so far. I don't know who yet. Nobody's typing in chat. Flyby, there's one. I don't know who the others are. Hello Flyby. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute, you know. Casey, Appy, hello, hey guys. It's been a while since I've done anything on this channel. What the fuck was it? Like 3 months ago, something like that? Maybe 2.5. I don't know. But I'm back. I'm back to making some videos, and what we're watching after this stream is probably not what you guys would expect. I did say I was going to return to Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and Avatar. However, I have explained also that because of the burnout of watching those 3 shows back to back, and I kind of got bored of it, so I'm going to take a little break from those shows because I wanted to do something a little different for the channel, and I said I was going to be doing this a while ago. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. We just started and already left. How's that funny? How funny is that? But yeah, because of the burnout with those shows, I had an idea of. Oh wait, I gotta turn on my fucking lights. Oh my god, it's been such a long time since I've done this. Um, because of the burnout from those shows, um, I'm going to be starting the adventure on Disventure Camp. And I know that that's a show that I said I would watch after the first season of Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and Avatar, but because I'm getting bored of those shows and I wanted to take a little break from those and start something a little bit different, we're going to be doing that. Because that's a very popular show, and I've personally never seen it. And it's like, I believe it's inspired by Total Drama, which is my childhood show. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to watch the first season of that and then continue back on Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and Avatar. Just to help out with the burnout a little bit. So that's what the next videos are going to be. Can I make a suggestion for something to watch? Sure, go ahead. I'm always down to hear suggestions. But, you know, with all suggestions, it's probably not going to happen for a while, considering the fact that I started watching, Gravity Falls, over a year ago. I started watching it, and I haven't even finished the first fucking season of it. Or Amphibia or Avatar. And Amphibia and Avatar have 3 fucking seasons. So it's probably going to be a long time until we finish those. It might be a bit basic, but what about Epic Rap Battles of History? Epic Rap Battles of History. Is that a YouTube thing? That might be like a separate, thing. I don't know. It really just depends on where I'm at with videos after a little bit. Didn't you say you were going to do that show while watching the TD reboot on Patreon? Yeah, I was gonna do that. However, I kind of got the thing in my head, because those two shows are very similar. I felt like it would have been a little bit jarring to have two completely similar shows going on, but 2 completely different stories. I felt like that would be jarring. So once we finish Disventure Camp Season 1, we're going to be continuing Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and Avatar whilst having the Patreon reactions for Total Drama Reboot. So we're going to do that, because I felt like it would be jarring to have 2 of the same similar type of shows going on, but have completely different stuff going on. It's kind of like watching a movie that was based on a book while reading the book while watching the movie. That would be jarring. So it's kind of like that. So we're still gonna do the reboot of Total Drama, but we're gonna do it while we continue on our journey of Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and Avatar after we watch Disventure Camp. So that's the plan for that. But today we are going to be ranking the Helluva Boss episodes, songs, and characters. Gotta tell you guys, I love Helluva Boss. I really do. But keep in mind that not all of my opinions on this show are good, okay? There are some flaws with this show. I've always had the opinion that you can love something while criticizing it. So keep that in mind as we go through this, because last time a few people got mad at me while this was going on for Hazbin Hotel. So just keep that in mind. I like this show, but it's not all amazing. So you're going to hear some criticisms. You're going to hear some praises, but just keep that in mind. I always have the opinion that you can like something whilst criticizing it. So that's what this is going to be. This is going to be hello, Lori. Can you see? Hello, Arya. That's Arya. He's one of my personal friends. But yeah, we're going to be doing this. I did this actually a while ago before I had left, but it was very rushed. It was extremely rushed. It was really late at night. I was really tired, and I had to go to work right after it. And so I was rushing. I was tired as hell. Not all of the stuff were in these tiers. Like, it was super scuffed and only like 3 people were in chat because I had decided to do it on Twitch. So only a couple people showed up for the ranking of the tier list of chats ranking. We're going to do that again. Also, I forgot to save the VOD. So we're doing it again. And I don't remember what I put because with me, my opinions change every so often. So we're going to see what happens here today. Shout out to Luna for not being a real character and just being furry bait. Pretty much. Happened to be watching from home. Nice. Wasn't that the Has-Been one? No, we did a Has-Been one, and that one was edited and uploaded as a video. But I'm saying, no, we actually did a Helluva Boss ranking with all of these months ago. Months ago. It was like in December or something like that. It was right after Sinsmith came out. But yeah, I don't remember what I put because that was, what, 3 months ago? Yeah, 3 months ago. And like I said, I was extremely tired. It was super rushed, super scuffed. And I also forgot to save the VOD. So, because it was on Twitch. And Twitch has a limit, or like has a time limit for saving VODs. And I completely forgot to save it. So it's gone forever. There's no recovering it. The only husband around here is Kyle. Fuck you, Arya. I can vouch I was one of the 3 in the chat. Yep, Flyby was there. But like I said, I don't remember jack shit because it happened months ago. So we're going to do a new one. We're going to do this and then it will be edited down and turned into a video just like with Has-Been Hotel. Speaking of the Has-Been Hotel ranking, it's going to go through the same rules. I have all 3 of these pulled up. They're all ready to go with the episodes, songs, and the characters. So they're the same rules as last time. For the character tier list, I've only put in the characters that have serviced the narrative. I'm not putting random characters in that have nothing to do with the storyline. That's going to take way too long, and honestly, a lot of those characters are just going to wind up in the center. And there's not really going to be a whole lot of context there, and I felt like it would be boring for me to put them there. So, we have the characters that have serviced the narrative. We have the songs here. Not all of the songs are in here because a lot of the other songs are like only like 10 seconds long or something. They're supposed to be like a little funny song or something like that aren't supposed to be taken seriously. So I have like the big songs here that everybody would think about when they think of the songs from Has-Been Hotel or from Helluva Boss. Fuck me. So we have that. And then we obviously have the episodes. So keep in mind, just like with the Has-Been Hotel ranking, it is a ranking, not a tier list. Even though we have tier maker for this, it is a ranking and not a tier list. After I do mine for each of these categories, you guys will have to do yours. You guys will vote. Whoever has the most votes will take that spot, and we'll keep going one by one by one by one. So that's how this is going to work. So we have a lot of people in here right now. We have like, what, 10 people in here? I'd say that's more than enough. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to be starting with the episodes. Okay? Oh, I haven't shared my screen yet. I'm a professional, I swear. Okay. So we have this here. Okay? So, like I said, episodes are here. And then the songs. And then the characters right here. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the episodes, because that's what we did last time with Has-Been Hotel. Shout out to the court episode for turning the bird into a dumbass. In my opinion, everyone in the show is just varying levels of dumbassery. I mean, that's kind of the show in general, right? But it's fun regardless. Yeah, that's pretty much the point of the show. Worst episode in the entire show. Listen, there's only one episode in the entire show that is actually bad. The rest of them are either good or mid. But there's one bad episode, and I guarantee all of you know what I'm going to say. This belongs to Unhappy Campers. There's no other episode that deserves last place. This episode is actually dog shit. If I was to rank this episode from like a 1 through 10, this would be like a 2. I know most of you probably expected me to say 1, but I have to really fucking hate something for it to be a 1. I have to really fucking hate something. But this episode is just actually fucking bad. I was expecting Cherub. No, that's close to it. It's close to the worst one. Spring Broken is also terrible. I wouldn't say it's that bad. It's not very good either, but I wouldn't say it's bad. But yeah, Unhappy Campers, the cringe. This episode is just cringe. That's all it is. And it sucks because this is the one and only episode that has Barbie in it. This was her introduction episode and has not been in any other episodes. I think Barbie is an interesting character from what we've seen so far, but the fact that she was in this episode specifically, that sucks. It sucks that Unhappy Campers is such an important part of like Barbie as a topic, because this episode is really not fucking good at all. It was peak early Millie though. I do agree that this is a good like episode for Millie's character, and it really is one of the Moxie Millie episodes that I do enjoy. But after X's and O's, which was actually fucking great, that's a great episode. X's and O's is a great episode. This is episode 5. X's and O's was episode 3. How can you go from having a great Millie and Moxie episode to having one of the worst episodes, actually the worst episode in the entire show? They did my boy Moxie dirty in that episode. Yes, they really did. And that is the prime reason as to why this episode sucks so much. This episode felt like Moxie took 2 steps backwards as a character. And it does not feel right at all. The pacing in this episode is also really fucking bad. That's mainly what my complaint is for most of the shows that I don't like, is the pacing. But that's because pacing is extremely important. Isn't the reason she is only in one episode is that she is actively avoiding anything related to her brother? I'm not dissing Barbie. I'm not dissing Barbie at all. I'm dissing the fact that this episode is so terrible and that this is the one and only episode that we have Barbie in it. She gets introduced in this episode. She only shows up for fucking 5 minutes. And she's Blitz's sister. The main character's sister. It took 2 seasons for her to show up. And this is the one and only episode that she arrives. And it's in the worst episode of the show. That's the reason why I say it sucks that this is an important episode for Barbie. Because this episode is really not good. Everything is wrong with this episode. But, yeah. Number 20. We're going to move on to number 20. I'd say Cherub. Cherub, fucking boring. This episode, I had my fun with it when I first watched it. But holy shit. When I rewatched this episode for this stream a couple days ago, I don't think I laughed a single time at the jokes. I watched this one time. Actually, I watched this twice. I watched it the first time. I had a little bit of fun with it, but I knew it wasn't that good. I watched it for the second time a few days ago, and I did not enjoy it. The more you watch this episode, the more you are going to dislike it. And I think that's why it's at number 20. I feel like that was the point, though. She won't be important until Blitz gets his shit together. I mean, Blitz is kind of getting his shit together now. It seems like he's growing. I feel like Barbie will be an important part of season 3. But I'm just saying, as of right now, the fact that she was in that episode, which was the worst episode of the show, I can't ignore that. I can't ignore it. Cullen is the only redeemable aspect of the episode. He is pure being that needs to be protected. Yep. I agree. Colin's pretty cool. But yeah, the rest of the cherubs are really fucking weird. The whole premise of this episode doesn't really fucking matter. This episode means nothing to the storyline of this show. Absolutely means nothing. If you take this episode out of the timeline, it does absolutely nothing. By the way, is my mic loud or is it good? Because I've been messing around with my mic settings for the streams that I've been doing on Twitch. So I don't know if it's, like, very loud or not. Mic's okay? Okay. Alrighty, thank you. Number 19. Yeah. Western energy. The pacing in this episode is the worst thing about this episode. I get that it's not really too big of a deal with a lot of these early season 2 episodes because I think that Luna was supposed to be a big portion of this episode. It really does seem that way. But obviously, we all know that Erica Limbeck, the voice of Luna, left. And like she was taking a break. And her last episode was in Seeing Stars. And then she didn't come back until Full Moon. So she was gone for like 6 episodes. And so, like, I think that this episode just got, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I think this episode just got, like, dropped on its head, basically. I'm not blaming Erica Limbeck at all. I completely understand why she left. Or, like, took a break, not left. I keep saying left. I don't know why I keep saying left. I completely understand why she took a break. But here's the thing, though. I am not a fan of Stryker. I get it. A lot of people like Stryker. And I don't. I get it. I get why people like him. But I don't. I don't really like Stryker. And I think that's because he's not fleshed out as a character. We don't know anything about him. Not personally. And I think that's where this episode flops. It's because it tries to make Stryker as this intimidating person, and he has his struggles, and he hates Stolas. But we're never given the context as of why. It feels like a bad Marvel movie. Like, you know, Marvel movies where the villains don't have anything to explore, and we're just there like, oh, okay. That's what this makes me feel like. I feel like I'm watching fucking, like, Secret Invasion, where it's boring as shit. This episode's just fucking boring. That's basically what it is. All I know is that he's attractive. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Viv has gone on record as regretting not giving Luna lines for so much of season 2. I mean, Luna will probably be explored in season 3 a lot. I feel like Barbie and Luna will probably have some bonding going. I enjoy that Stryker is a big fat hypocrite and a false folk hero. Yep. But yeah, Western Energy, not very good. But like I said, the only really bad episode is Unhappy Campers. Like I said, these other ones that are at the bottom are just kind of like mid. Let's see. What's next? What can I put at 18? Honestly, yeah. Okay. I think this is going to be the first hot take of the stream, but I'm going to place the pilot here. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but yeah. Also, we had that weird dynamic between Andy and Stella. Yeah. Ashari, hello. Welcome in. The pilot, not sure if this is a hot take placement, but the pilot is just not as good as the rest of the show anymore. That's the same reasoning that I had given for Hazbin Hotel. The pilot for Hazbin Hotel is not that good anymore. And yes, Flyby, it's also decannoned. So I just don't think the pilot holds up anymore. I still think it's funny, but that's basically all it is. It's just a joke. That's it. And the only canon from the pilot is sorry I fucked your husband. Yeah, I would assume that. Yep, I would say that. This is where it's gonna get a little bit difficult now. What would be next? Murder Family. Let's go with that one. This was the first actual episode of the show. Murder Family was the first actual episode. But it's not that good. I get it. Shows usually start slow. When they first get started, shows are slow, and their first episodes are not that good. But there are other shows that have great episodes throughout the first season. Number one example, right off the bat, Stranger Things. The first season of Stranger Things is incredible. First season of Stranger Things is a 10 out of 10. 100%. No doubt in my mind. The rest of the seasons sucked ass, but the first season is really good. And like they're also the 100. The 100 fell off really bad, but the first two seasons are really good. I feel like any show has a pretty good start, unless the show is just shit in general. If the show is just shit in general and never recovers, then yeah, that kind of breaks my statement. Some shows will start off really good and then get really fucking bad after a little bit. Number one example is The Flash. The Flash can suck my fucking grundle, dude. The Flash is such dog shit. But I'm getting off topic here. You get what I'm saying. The first few episodes in most shows are pretty slow. And that's because they have to get you, like, think of it like going in a pool. And you're testing out the waters. You stick your toe in, and then you slowly go in. That's basically what most shows do. They want you to ease into it. They want you to get used to it. And then they start the big shit. But that still is not changing the fact that this episode is pretty boring. And that's not changing the fact that this is going in the number 17 spot. So, I agree. The show had gotten better over time. Yeah, it did. I like episode 1. I mean, at least you like it. I'm not upset if anyone has a different opinion than me. The only people that I don't like when they disagree with me is also insulting me in the process. That's happened before, especially in Has Been Hotel. I don't like it when people do that. There's a difference between disagreeing with someone and insulting someone. But I like how you're just disagreeing. I don't like, we can have a discussion about that. I can have a discussion with anybody about their different opinions from mine. But as soon as it goes there, you know, I expect your opinions. I respect your opinions too. You can tell from marathoning that they were learning how to write a show as they're... what the fuck? Okay, hold on. Yeah, you can tell from it... Yeah, you can tell from marathoning that they were learning how to write a show as they were writing Helluva Boss. Holy shit! Fuck! That was a struggle, dude. Episode 1 was good at the beginning. Over time, it gets old. Yeah. Reading ability ensues. What a sense. Fuck you guys. Okay, what's next? Alright, what's next? I think I know what it is. Yeah, I'd probably say Queen Bee. No. It's between Queen Bee and Spring Broken. Let's just go Queen Bee. And then we'll do Spring Broken. But let's start with Queen Bee. Man smell toast. Fucking moist. Fuck you, moist. Not gonna lie, I read worse than this. Yeah, my reading ability is always kind of fucked up. Same with moist. Motherfucker. What was that shit that you sent me this morning, asshole? What the fuck was that? I thought you were fucking high on LSD or something. Fucking sending me that shit. But let's go ahead and talk about Queen Bee. Queen Bee, it's a good episode. I think this is the point where we get to, from the meh episodes to that was kind of good episodes. So, actually, well, if that's the case, then this is going down, actually. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with this. So let's actually go to Spring Broken. Spring Broken, this is like the most baseline average episode. Like, when I think about baseline average episodes, Spring Broken's probably one that's gonna come to my mind. Spring Broken is extremely fucking mid. Nothing really happens in this episode that I can remember. I literally just watched this a few days ago and I don't remember anything about it. This episode just doesn't do anything. Of course, it introduces Verosika. And I think Verosika is a good character. But, other than that, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. So, I think this, like I said, there's not much else to talk about. I'm going to move on to Queen Bee, because like I said, I just watched this 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, or something like that, and I don't remember anything about it. So, that's pretty much the end of the conversation for this one. Queen Bee was good. I think this is where we start enjoying the episodes a little more. So, Queen Bee is pretty good. I love that Kesha is in the fucking show. I didn't actually know that wasn't Kesha singing. Apparently that was not Kesha singing. That was somebody else doing an impression of Kesha. which I did not even notice at first. I think I like learned that like I think after Mastermind or something like that. But yeah, apparently that wasn't Kesha singing, but it sounded exactly like her. Um, I love Beazle. Yeah, I love B too. B is a really good character. I like her a lot. Um, I think her and Ozzy are like the best sins there. Um, the music in this episode was amazing. I think this was the very first song that I actually loved. Cotton Candy is so fucking good. I cannot explain how good that song is. That's gotta be that when we do the songs for this, I guarantee you Cotton Candy will be in like the top 3. I can guarantee that. At least top 5. 100%. And I think that Kesha did good. This is a Luna episode, and I think that it does Luna justice in this episode. They could have done more. They could have done more with this episode. But I was made aware that this episode was apparently like never released until like halfway through season 2 or something like that. So, and that's because whoa, that's because of apparently Kesha's publisher or something like that being a dickhead and not letting her sing the song. But I think that this is a solid episode. I think it's pretty solid. All right. Number 14. This is where it's going to get hard. Just like with Hazbin Hotel, the middle chunk in each of these lists is going to take the longest amount of time and be the hardest to do. Hi Kyle, definitely not up way too late. 1:37 a.m. Bro, go to sleep. You can watch the stream tomorrow. It's not like it's going anywhere. Not this time, at least. Because this time I'm not streaming on Twitch. Go to sleep, man. It's 1:30 in the morning for you. Damn. You probably live in like Australia, probably, right? I don't know why Australia was the first thing that came to mind. It was released just before either 2x4 or 2x5. You know, she was in a lawsuit with her abusive former producer, and it couldn't be released until after that was settled, and was released 3 days after. Damn. It's also 338 Germany. Damn, all the way over there. Although it's really common for singer guest stars not to be able to sing in their episodes. So, yeah. Europe. Because I don't know how to pronounce that. And this is actually, I think, the first stream of yours I caught. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, yeah, because you were mainly in just the... The premieres. Fuck me. God, my brain is so fucked up today. I can't do shit. I'm not functioning correctly today. $4.39. You guys are probably like near California, probably, or like on the left side of the U.S. probably, right? I would assume that. What time is it for you? It's 7:30 where I am. Yeah, damn, did not expect you to remember. I used to live in Cali, so I know that Cali is like 3 hours behind. Yeah, West Coast present. You represent, yeah. Yep. West Coast. Yeah, I used to live in Cali. Now I'm in Virginia, so. I've moved literally all the way across the U.S. All right. Well, moving on to number 14. Like I said, this is going to be the hardest and take the longest. Let's see. Okay, I have one in my mind. Is anything worse than that? Yes. Huh. Okay, it's between two. It's between two. Actually, three. It's between three. Okay. It's either between Ghost Fuckers, Seeing Stars, or the Harvest Moon Festival. I think it's the Harvest Moon Festival, honestly. Yeah. Let's just do the Harvest Moon Festival for number 14. Harvest Moon Festival, it's a good episode, but it has some pretty big flaws. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, you can like something whilst criticizing it. You can always criticize something that you like. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that this episode is not really that good anymore when I first saw it, but it's still, like, watchable. You can still have your moments with it where you enjoy it, but I would say it's watchable. That's how I would describe this episode. This was the episode that introduced Stryker, who was voiced by Norman Reedus, and that's fucking awesome. It's a shame that Norman Reedus couldn't come back to voice the character again, because Norman Reedus is a really good actor. If you guys have ever seen The Walking Dead, he plays Daryl. He plays fucking Daryl Dixon in The Walking Dead, and they got him to voice act this character. And it's a shame that he never got to come back after this episode. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like the episode more than I probably should, considering the fact that I literally just described it as watchable. But Daryl, or not, I almost called him by Daryl Dixon. Norman Reedus is a really good fucking actor, and I like him a lot. But other than that, this feels like it was supposed to be a Millie episode. It really does, because they traveled to Millie's, like, family's farm, and they did a bunch of shit, and it was supposed to feel like a Millie episode, but it became a Moxie episode, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't think I talked about that in the reaction, but I had the same feeling then. But I was giving the show the benefit of the doubt still, so I wasn't really criticizing it as much as I probably should have. Because I wanted to say something about it, but I don't think I did. But I had the same thought about it while I was watching it, is that it's supposed to I feel like it was supposed to be a Millie episode, but it turned into a Moxie episode. Is there something wrong with the Moxie episode? No, it's just that at this point I wanted something for Millie, because we had already gotten development for Moxie in an earlier episode. I think it was during episode 1, where he was still trying to get the job down and put his feelings aside and shit like that. So Millie didn't really get anything up to this point, and I was really excited to see Millie have some development. But then they were kind of like, ha, never mind, it's a Moxie episode, and I just felt like that was a slap to the face, kind of. But yeah, I just really don't like how it was, hey, we're building up Millie, never mind, fuck Millie, Moxie's getting the development. I don't like that. I don't think it worked out. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got pizza. Fuck! I just rubbed the pizza on my microphone. Fuck's sake. Did I get any sauce on it? I don't think so. Okay. I think we're good. Fucking hell. Oh, that's hot as shit. But yeah, like I said, I don't think Harvest Moon Festival was that good. Mike Flavor Pizza. Fuck off. Fuck off, alright? Millie has some good moments, like when she saved Moxie from Stryker. For a moment, I mean. Yeah. I mean, that's basically all she does. Also, the fact that Blitz and Luna doesn't do shit in this episode. Blitz just makes dumbass jokes. Tell me one thing that Blitz does in this episode. But yeah, this episode is just not that good anymore. I had fun with it when I watched it, but I don't think it's good anymore. As good. I don't think it's as good as the others. Let's see. What's next? Yeah. Seeing Stars. I personally like this episode. I like it. But the pacing on this one, not very good. This was a very big Luna episode. I think this has been the biggest Luna episode in the show so far. But I don't think it's as good as the others that we have not listed yet. And here's why. I do say that I like this episode, but there are flaws with it, like basically anything else. I think that Luna and Octavia, I think their bond is good, but it felt extremely forced. It does. I like their bond, but I couldn't get that thought out of the back of my head that it did seem a little too rushed and forced. Because remember, they had never interacted before this episode. You know? So, the M&MC plot was very unnecessary. I also don't like that too. Yeah, I agree with you. I really don't like that one either. He gets flustered over Stolas. Listen. You can't really blame me, okay? You can't blame me. Showing that he isn't feeling as transactional about the relationship as he protects. Yeah. Luna and Octavia were the only good part of this episode. I agree. They said there's a Luna song in They've said that there's a Luna song in season 3. Dude, I'm fucking down for that. Seeing Stars had more potential, it didn't quite deliver on. Yep. Oh, I mean, Blitz and Stolas were kind of rushed too. Like their transactional relationship, or like what they have currently. Because I don't think it was rushed at all. I think it was built up too naturally. Because remember, these episodes, like in the timeline, these episodes are usually like weeks or months apart from each other in the timeline of the show. Not like when they release, but actually in the timeline. So, I think when Blitz and Stolas started, from the time that we are at now in Sinsmith, I think that was like, what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? So that's not rushing. That's not rushing. And Seeing Stars specifically was the Stolas comment, I bet. Huh? What? Hold on. And Seeing Stars specifically was the Stolas comment, I bet. Oh, in the episode itself. Oh. Yeah, because they had a fight in Aussies. I remember that. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I thought Demon Girl was saying like the whole timeline. Yeah, I'm in Solus and okay. I was confused. I was like, what? What do you mean rushed? It took 2 seasons to get here. I was so confused. I was like, what? Okay, now I understand. Okay, yeah. I don't know what happened there with seeing stars, but yeah. Like I said, this is a pretty big Luna episode, but it just didn't deliver as good as what I was hoping it would do. I don't think that made any sense, but I hope you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I still like it, but I think it's not as good anymore as the other ones down here. So, what's next? Yep. Okay, number 12 is Lululand. I like this episode. I really do. But I feel like I say that in every single one of these rankings. I can't help it. I can't help it. I gotta talk about the criticizings. I have to. They were both deliberately pretending that nothing had happened and didn't want to rock the boat. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's pretty much what they did. I did see their text from their messages about Aussies in the background. What? I did see their text from their messages about Aussie in the background. And seeing stars? I didn't see that. And thus not communicating, which was their worst problem in the first 2 seasons. Yes, I think both of their problems was communication. But then again, they were transactionally fucking, so. Episode 4 like more of a prequel to Falling Out. And they address that in the background. Oh. I gotcha. Lululand is a pretty good episode. This had the first ever song in it. Like the first ever real song in it. You Will Be Okay. Sorry, there was a cat hair. But yeah, there is this is a pretty good episode. I do like it a lot. That pizza is still hot as shit. Okay. I feel like this episode was supposed to has a weird tone. Has a weird tone throughout the episode. But I think it's also charming in a way. This is the first big Stolas episode. Because before, this is only the second episode of the show. We had the pilot and then episode 1. This was episode 2, and this is the first time that we saw Stolas in the spotlight. And I think it did a pretty good job of introducing his character and his struggles. However, I don't like how Blitz takes up most, or like basically half of the screen time. Half of the runtime, it's Blitz on screen. Blitz and that dumbass RoboFizz. That's basically. I also don't like the side plot with Millie and Moxie. That seems to be a trend in this show. That seems to be a trend where Millie and Moxie are just in the background doing stupid shit. There seems to be a trend in this show. Mike Pizza, shut the fuck up! Bro. Give me a break, all right? Yeah, that's good. I love when my pizza sits. We got the Mike Pizza update. Fuck off, you guys! Does the Mike Pizza... I'm gonna ban you. I will haunt you from now on. Lula Land, like I said, it does a pretty good job of introducing Stolas and his struggles. And it really does like show the aftermath of the relationship between Octavia and Stolas after the cheating. Oh, we also have Mike Water. I swear to God. You guys think you're so funny. You guys think you're so fucking funny. But I think that the episode really does flop because most of the screen time is either on Blitz or Eminem. So I don't think that this episode is bad, but I don't think it's very good either. I think it's just above average. Number 11. Now we're getting to the good shit. We're getting to like the really good shit. Before it was like pretty good, but now we're getting to the really good stuff. So this is going to be a little bit hard. I'm going to go Sinsmiss. I'm going to go Sinsmiss. Seems like you don't like the Eminem side plot. I just don't think it's necessary. I really enjoyed the Stola song in that episode. I enjoyed too. You Will Always Be Okay, or You Will Always Be Okay. What? You Will Be Okay is one of my favorites. But I don't think the episode should be higher just because of that alone. They struggle to balance ABC plots, and Eminem get the short stick with the C plot. Pretty much. It seems to be like the trend. The circus, in my opinion, was unnecessary. Like the episode? The circus is pretty good. Sinsmiss made me cry. Yeah, Sinsmiss is pretty emotional. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna go grab some ranch, and I'll explain why Sinsmiss is right there. But I'm gonna grab some ranch. I'll be back. Oy. I think the circus was pretty unnecessary, especially with the plot being decanonized. And the circus? Yes, the episode, it's good. However, if you had different episode instead. It would, in my uneducated opinion, be a better use of time. It's true, I do think pilot is most canon, though. I mean, the circus is more of a backstory, though. I mean, yeah, we got their moments in other episodes before the circus, but that was when basically growth on their own. We never actually got to see them grow with each other. And I think that's why the circus was made. It's because a lot of the, up until that point, we've seen either Stolas grow in an episode or Blitz grow in an episode. And I think that's why the circus was made, is because that episode was supposed to serve as growing with those two together and growing with each other. I think that's why the circus was made. I'm not gonna like how your reaction to Sinzimus was better than We Last Reacts. I mean, Moscow is an incredible creator. She's way better than me. Way better of a creator than me. People have been asking, like, if I would ever hit Moscow up and be like, yo, you want to do a collab? And, like, yeah, I would love to do a collab with Moscow. But I'm, like, the bottom feeder of YouTubers. So I keep telling people, like, I would like to, but if she wants to do a collab with me, I'm going to let her hit me up because I don't want to bother her. Because I'll probably, like, I don't know. I don't think she'll be bothered by me, but I just don't want to, like, she's busy, you know? Like, if she ever wanted to, hell yes. But I'm going to let her hit me up if she does. Because she's way better of a creator than I am. So, for me, I feel both Stolas and I feel bad for both Stolas and Octavia. I understand why Stolas wants to leave his marriage. However, I wish I want Stolas to pay more attention to Octavia. I mean, yeah. I guess Stolas is a lot on his plate at the moment. So, there's a lot from the pilot that is known like canon. Stolas' entire personality, for one. Not his entire personality. I would say like little changes, but he's still relatively the same. Yeah, I suppose I understand that point of view. Yeah, for the circus, yeah. I'm just saying she reacted more negatively. Oh. I don't think I know I watched it at some point, but I don't think I remember a whole lot from it. I'd say just ask her. It's always a waiting game if both sides feel bad for bothering the other person. So I say go for it. I mean, I would have to be, like, I can barely take care of my own channel. So, how can I collab with somebody else when I can't even take care of my own fucking channel? But yeah, she's like way up there when it comes to like popularity and reactors. I'm like way down here. So yeah, like she was to hit me up and be like, yo, you want to collab? 100%. Hell yes. But like I said, I'm going to let her do that. I'm going to let her do that. Cause like, I don't want to bother her. I love Nasser Outer Triangle. Yes, especially with Elijah. I'm gonna let her do that. Especially Elijah, because she's so popular in the fucking reaction community. Oh, hell yeah. Tuesday. What day is that? Tuesday. Sorry. Hold on. Let me check something. Fuck. Go away, phone. Fucking. Okay. Hold on. Tuesday. Fuck! Fuck. God damn it, Warrior! That's the one day I close. It's the one day. Sorry. My friend invited me to a session on Tuesday for Uno, but I'm working that day. All right. And Morgan Terry. Yeah, I love all three of them. They're really great reactors. I hate, dude, the fucking hate that Morgan has gotten. That's so shit how much hate they've gotten. They should have not gotten that hate. I love Morgan, Moscow, and Service Girl. They're amazing. Yeah, I agree. But like I said, if they're ever going to collab, I'm going to let them do that. I'm going to let them hit me up. I think we've gone off track for a little while now. I'm going to take a bite of this pizza, and then we're going to continue on the raking. Glad that there is growth in all of the main characters so far, especially Moxie. Yep. Moxie has gotten a lot of development. Moxie has really gotten a lot. Millie and Luna haven't really gotten too much. Which looks extra bad because they're like the two female leads. As far as other reactors go, TB Skyen was good at acknowledging how Stolas had failed Via as a father while also recognizing and understanding what he's been through. Yeah. I don't know who TB Skyen is, but... But let's continue with on Sinsmas. Why Sinsmas is here. So Sinsmas, pretty good episode. It was very emotional. This is the Christmas episode. So obviously I figured that it was going to be emotional. However, I was very much unprepared for how emotional it would be at some points. Especially the Christmas tree moment where they were looking through the window at the family and then they saw themselves. Fuck you guys for that. Whoever animated that fucking thing. Fuck you. You did not need to do that, but you did it anyways. Oh, fucking, there's a sausage on my keyboard. What the fuck? Okay. But, it was emotional, and I think it really did a lot of good of building up certain characters that didn't really get built up too much in the season. Millie is fucking pregnant. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't see that one coming at all. But I guess this is kind of like the segue into growing Millie's character a little bit. Because obviously with pregnancy, there's a lot of like issues that could arise and everything else. And there's multiple plots that you can write around the unborn child and the future of that child and everything like that. And obviously, if it's going to strain Moxie and Millie's marriage, and you know, it's probably going to be a lot of development for Millie. And I don't know what exactly is going on with Luna next season. But maybe she'll get like, maybe there'll be an arc where she actually gets like happy or something like that. I hope she does. But keyboard pizza, fucking god damn it. I'm gonna ban you. Oh, yeah, I forgot that Millie's becoming a mother now. Yeah. Yep. Stolas and Blitz seem like they're doing great towards the end of this episode, and it feels like they're now kind of forming an actual relationship now. It's not confirmed, not 100%. They haven't actually said, hey, we're fucking dating now, or anything like that. But I feel like they're pretty much together now. They just need to make it official. So maybe that's probably something that will be explored in season 3, how they're both being in a relationship. Which we know the history with Blitz and his own self-loathing and his self-hatred. So we'll see how that kind of plays out with the relationship with Stolas. But the main thing in this episode is Octavia. And gonna be honest here, I'm not a fan of Octavia. I'm gonna be honest. Because all she has ever done in the show is fucking bitch and complain. That's all she's done in the show. So, I already didn't like her character, and I like her even less now. I'm not saying that she's a terrible character. I'm not saying that at all. But it's just like, I don't think the writers know what the fuck to do with their character. And so they're kind of like, let's have Octavia be like mad and upset and angsty. And then they just never changed her character. Like, it really feels like they don't know what the fuck to do with her. That's what it feels like. I saw that message. I saw it. I saw that you retracted it. But I saw what it said. It's one hell of a take. I mean, Octavia, honestly, what has Octavia done that's actually helped anyone? Answer me that question. What name me one thing that Octavia has done to help somebody else. She's a team with close to zero interpersonal connections. I mean, that's part of it, yeah. But it's just like, she's a character that doesn't evolve. She's not evolving as a character. I feel like I'm watching The Flash when I look at her character. Or could Via have learned healthy coping mechanisms? Her mother is a bitch. Still has no fucking clue how to be healthy. True. He fostered an unhealthy codependent relationship and then removed that support once he had Blitz in his life. She has no healthy coping mechanism, no support, and a society that pushes her to be not a good person. I mean, yeah, but like, all she has to do is just talk with Stolas. That's all she has to do. I feel like she has every right to react the way she's reacting. It's not Octavia's fault and how she turned out the way. Her parents aren't the best. Where would she learn how to talk about emotions like that. Still isn't. Wait, what? Where would she have learned how to talk about emotions like that? Stolas never learned. I mean, he's never taught her, but that's because she never talks to him. That's why whenever he tries to talk to her, she turns him away, and then she just doesn't try and talk to him. It's like, what is Stola supposed to do? Because she doesn't talk to him, and every time he tries to talk to her, she pushes him away. So, that's why I say all she has to do is talk to Stolas, but she doesn't. But yeah, this episode's pretty good, but I'd say that the other episodes are just better. But now we're in the top 10. Top 10, people. And honestly, I would have to say that probably Ghost Fuckers is gonna take this spot. I think. Oh, where'd it go? I lost it. Oh, there it is. I think Ghost Fuckers is pretty good. However, it was a Halloween episode, and yeah, it did the creep effect pretty good. But hold on, there's something. Said along the lines of it's difficult to tell realistic stories when lymphy is repetitive and people repeat their mistakes. Real life takes time stories don't have. Stolas hasn't really been fun. Now I see where you're coming from. I might not fully agree, but I understand. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Ah! Still fuck Stella and her weird ass brother. I know, right? Andre's so weird. He's always like giving like pervy comments to Stella. I don't know why. You know that one fucking moment in Mastermind where he's like, and my incredibly attractive sister. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, that's really fucking weird. And then, like, when she, like, forgets to tell him that, I think it was in the same episode, actually, where she hadn't told Andre about a Blitz using the Grimoire. And then she's like, well, don't yell at me, now you know. And he's like, you're lucky you're hot. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's such a weird fucking way to talk to your sister. But going to Ghost Fuckers, I think that Ghost Fuckers is pretty good. However, it drops the ball in one major component. And that is the pacing. The pacing is really off in this episode. Or like, not the pacing, the structure. The structure in this episode is pretty bad. Well, both are pretty bad, actually. The pacing and the structure. But I think that the good things in this episode is definitely the horror element that they try here. I think it was pretty creepy. They did a good job with that. You know, it was supposed to be a Halloween themed episode, so did pretty good there. I think Millie did a good job of putting Blitz in his fucking place. Because Blitz, at this point, had been spiraling out of control. Blitz did have a really good emotional moment with Millie. Millie kind of told him what the fuck he was doing and how he was kind of being a dipshit. And then he had that really emotional scene with her. We got to learn a little bit of the backstory behind Millie and Blitz's relationship and everything like that. And the flashback, or like the hallucination of, you know, everything that Blitz was seeing was very heartbreaking, especially when his mother came in. However, the pacing and the structure of this episode is very off. Some of the stuff, to me, also, there's a couple holes in the story for this episode. Like, some of the stuff just doesn't make sense. But I think that it's a pretty good episode. I just think that all of these right here, these are just better. Like, we're getting to the point now where I'm just comparing the episodes to each other down here. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying that Ghost Fuckers is bad, but I do think that these episodes are just better than Ghost Fuckers. Next up, Maymon's musical mid-season special. This episode's really fucking good. This is a very huge Fizzarali episode, and Fizzarali is one of my favorite characters. I love Fizzarali. I really do. It's also a pretty good Ozzy episode. It's not as big of an episode for him as it is for Fizz, but I still think that this episode in particular works very well. Mailmon is a piece of shit. And I think that there should have been at least a better moment for Fizz and Blitz in this episode. But I'm not too upset about it because we got a lot of that in Oops, which was the previous episode for this one. So I'm not too upset about it. The music in this, the music's incredible. 2 Minutes Notice is probably my favorite song. Like out of the whole show. Right next to Cotton Candy. So I think that's well, Fizz and Ozzy had great moments together. There's a lot of emotion in this episode. There's blood, there's tears, there's laughter, there's everything's in this. And I think that it worked out pretty well. The one complaint that I have is the fucking twins. The girl twins, I don't care. So many people simp for those fucking girls. And I'm just over here like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, who gives a shit? But yeah. I do like the twins song. It's alright. It's alright. Two Minutes Notice is currently number 1 on Best Helluva song. Not surprised. Twins are fun. I do not care for the hater guy, though. They're both shit. They're both shit. But yeah, I think that this episode is pretty good. I just don't think it's as good as the others. Next up, Apology Tour. Apology Tour. I like it. I like it. I do. But. But. I don't think. You see, with every Helluva Boss episode, there's a certain level of charm with it, right? These episodes are charming. However, I felt like the charm in this episode just really wasn't really there. You know what I mean? Charm is kind of hard to something to talk about. Charm is like a kind of like a feeling that you get when you watch an episode. And I don't know if it's just because I watched it with my brother, and so I kind of like had to try and include him and his dialogue into the video, or if it's just like I wasn't feeling good that day, or I don't know. This was right before the shooting too. This was right before I got shot. So there's also that. I'm not sure if I got shot right after watching this episode. And I watched it again. Like I said, I watched all these episodes again, and I don't know. But my opinion has been hindered on it. I recommend a rewatch. Buddy, I just watched it like 2 days ago. At least Bliss is learning from his mistakes. That's basically what this episode is. I think it worked out pretty well. It's pretty emotional. And it explored Blitz a lot. And Stolas. But yeah. Holy shit. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. And we're not even through the first list. Okay. I gotta speed things up. What's next? 7. Mastermind, I would have to say. Mastermind is pretty good. I think that it works a lot when it's 2:30 a.m. for you, bro. If anything has an off pacing out of the top 10, it's Mastermind. I mean, the pacing isn't really that good, but it's not as bad. I mean, it keeps the episode focused. It's very focused. But yeah. Mastermind is one of my favorite. Look, just like with Hazbin Hotel, don't think I like these episodes just because they're not in like the top 5 or something. I'd say 15 going up. I really like these episodes. And, 16 through 20 is kind of like whatever to me. But 15 going up, I really like all these episodes. So don't think I don't like them. I'm just ranking them based off of ranking against each other. That's what I'm doing. Mastermind is pretty good. Satan got introduced, and he's a pretty intimidating character. We got to see all the sins as well. All 7 of them. And that was pretty cool. However, most of this episode is focused on Blitz. I'm not going to say and Stolas because Stolas kind of shows up halfway through. So it's mostly focused on Blitz. And I think that this episode in particular is a very good episode in terms of growing Blitz's character. You can say that the pacing in this episode is bad, and you can say that this episode is boring, because I've heard that before. I've heard many people say that, especially close friends. They say that this episode is very bad, but you cannot deny that it's pretty good for the growth of Blitz's character. You can't say that, because that would be a lie. You'd be lying if you said that. This episode is pretty good for Blitz and who he is as a person. Stolas, honestly, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. I don't know what he thought the end goal was, or like what was gonna happen at the end. But I don't think he was very smart in this episode. But yeah. The Blitz and Stolas song was peak. I really do love the song Mastermind. I really do. We love all of Helluva here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that you didn't like that up. I was just saying I love that up. Oh, no, you're fine. I was just saying that in case of like what happened last time with the Has Been Hotel stream. Everybody was like, oh, you don't like these songs? I'm like, no, I was just breaking them based off each other, so I was just clarifying that. Okay. But I think that Mastermind, for what it tried to do, stuck the landing pretty good. For what it was trying to achieve and what it was trying to do, I think it stuck the landing pretty good. So I was wanted to save Blitz, was acting in a panic on the fly, didn't realize just how deep his privilege was and how different he'd be treated. Yep. Headphones are dying, so I have to dip. I'll catch up later. Alright. Bye, Flyby. Have a good night. What's next? Number 6. See the circus. Circus is pretty good. It had a really good backstory for Stolas and Blitz. Showed how they became friends, how they met, and how long they've known each other. Shows both their struggles at a young age, and those same struggles being struggles now, especially for Stolas. Blitz's struggles are a little different. It shows how different they were back then compared to now. I like how they started growing with each other. I like that. They gave each other solid advice. And I just think it worked. I think it worked pretty good. The one thing that I don't like is Cash. And the other guy. Both of their fucking dads were pieces of shit. Also, Stella in this one is fucking... Ugh. Fucking bitch. But I think... Paimon, that's his name. Yeah, Cash and Paimon fucking suck. But I think that the circus did work out pretty good. I like it. Number 5, Aussies. No, the full moon. We're going to go with the full moon with this one. This episode's pretty good. I don't like the side plot with the... My only complaint is the cherubs. That's it. I don't really see why the cherubs were in this episode. But everything else is pretty good. That's my one and only complaint. This episode is emotional. It's very important to the plot. Or at least the characters' plots. I like Full Moon when it was focusing on Blitz and Stolas. I mean, it had good jokes, had good performances, had good music, had good animation, had a very good charm to it. I just don't like the inclusion of the cherubs and their whole ordeal. I just don't think that worked. But that's my only complaint. Number 4 is Aussies. This was the season 1 finale, the first part of it. I think that this is a pretty good finale. It ended things pretty good. This was like the first episode in the show that got emotional. The first episode. This was the first episode that got emotional. And I think that was a good placement for that. It introduced Ozzy and Fizzarali, who at the time of at the time that I was watching this episode, I did not like them. I did not like those two characters. But they did grow on me, as you guys know. Truth Seekers got deep, but not quite emotional. Yeah, I would agree. It got deep, but I wouldn't say it was emotional. I just think most things worked out in this episode. This was, I think, I wouldn't say peak Stolitz, but I mean, this is where the relationship between the two started getting heavily focused on. I just think everything worked in this episode. I think everything worked. I just don't think I don't think it worked as well as the other episodes. But I still like it. And that's why I said number 4. Number 3, X's and O's. This is a really, really good episode. This episode is like a 9 out of 10. It's really good. Crimson is a fucking dick, but other than that, I think the episode just worked. For me, Chaz was so goofy, and I kind of wish he wasn't killed off. I mean, I saw it coming. I kind of figured he was going to get killed. X's and O's did everything it wanted 100% well. Yep. Obviously, a big portion of this deals with trauma. Big portion of that episode. With Moxie and Crimson. And Crimson having Moxie's mother killed. I mean, that was fucked up. Honestly. But I think that everything in this episode just worked. Okay. I'm kind of drifting off a little bit. So let's go ahead and place the final two. The final two. Number 2 is Oops. And then number 1 is Truth Seekers. Let's go ahead and talk about Oops. Oops is a really fucking good episode. I love the shit out of this episode. This episode is very, very good. This is the episode that's really made Fizz a favorite. Fizz is 100%, I think, in my top 5 favorite characters. I would not be surprised. I honestly wouldn't. Like, once I look at the listing and I start choosing in the top 5, I think Fizz is going to be in that spot. This is a very good episode in terms of growing Blitz as a character. This is kind of like the turning point for him. And obviously he tried to do better with Barbie and with Stolas and with a whole bunch of other characters. He was trying his best with each of them. But the acceptance from Fizz, I think, is really what started turning his character around. This episode is very emotional. It really is. I think I cried the first time I saw this. I'm pretty sure. Because this episode has hatred, self-loathing. It also explains the backstory but behind Blitz. And we finally see why Blitz is the way he is. He accidentally killed his mother because of a accidental fire that he caused. And so that's why he has the problems that he does. Is because he accidentally killed his mother. He blames himself for it. He hates himself for it. And that hinders on his personality and how he acts around other people. And that's why he has so many enemies. Why he has so much shit going on. You know, that's why he had enemies like Barbie and Veronica and Fizzarali. Also, in the process of the fire, he harmed Fizzarali. Fizzarali burned most of his body and had those parts replaced by robotic parts. You know, that's why Fizz hated him. The one complaint that I have is Stryker. Why was he here? I don't see a single reason as to why Stryker is here. Tell me one thing that Stryker does in that episode. Besides not dying from that building collapsing. But other than that, everything in this episode was great. I think it was all good. And then number 1, Truth Seekers. This is peak Helluva Boss. This is peak. I love everything about this episode. I really do. I don't see a single thing wrong with this episode. Well, I should actually go sleep for like the 3 hours I've got. Oh, wow. Have a great rest of your day and live your life, man. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. Truth Seekers is one of my top 5 favorite episodes. Yep. I don't see a single thing wrong with this episode. I got no criticisms. All I got is praise. This episode is deep. It's exciting. The animation is incredible. The music is incredible. The voice acting is incredible. Just everything about this episode is just incredible. I don't see a single thing wrong with it. But that is mine. That is my tier list for these episodes. Now, moving on to the songs. I only have 11 on here. These are the 11 big ones. If you were thinking about a song from Helluva Boss, these are ones that you would probably think of. Most of them are Stolas. But it's pretty good. So, number 11, the worst song in the entire show also comes from the worst episode of the entire show, from one of the most average characters in the show, Regular Joe. This episode is, this song is fucking trash. I do not like this song at all. This song is fucking trash. I think that this song should have never happened. This song should not fucking exist, but it does. So I'm giving it the 11 spot. I'm giving it the last place spot. I hope this song gets deleted from fucking the canon universe. I hope the fucking episode gets deleted from the canon universe. Stola saving Blitz got me hyped for their ship. Yep. It's better. The Maxi Mimi song. Yeah. Like I said, these are only the songs that are like, if you were to think about Helluva Boss songs, this is one that you would think of. You forgot Clown Bitch. Well, shit. Well, can't do anything about it now. But I would probably place that above Regular Joe. It's too short. I don't like it. It's too short. I don't like that. It's too short. Number 10. Or actually, we should probably say some more comments about Regular Joe. Honestly, explain it a little bit. This song is... You ever seen the movie Wish? And how the songs in that movie were fucking terrible? and everybody was like, it sounds like AI generated lyrics. That's what this is like. This song is like a shitty Jake Paul song. You ever heard It's Every Day, bro? This is worse than that. This is worse. I think this is the worst. And that's really fucking bad. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. And that's really fucking bad. But hopefully you get the point by now. Number 10. Look at this. Look at this as fine. It's fine. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's like, it's whatever. I don't know. I mean, like it's better than regular Joe. Like if that's what you're asking me, then yes, I think it's better than regular Joe. But it's like I completely forgot that this song even existed, honestly. House of Asmodeus has to be next. I like it. I think it's okay, but you know, it's just a little too dull for my liking. I think the lyrics are dull. I like the tune, but the lyrics are fucking... It's like if a 4th grader wrote the lyrics. Like some kid in middle school who just learned what dicks and sex was and all that shit. Like they just learned what it was and then they try and make a song out of it. This would be it. Next up would have to be Crooked. I like it. It's cute. This is kind of where we get to the good songs. I like it. It's fun. It's emotional. It's charming. I like it. I think there was a quite nice harmony with Fizz and Ozzy. I think they make good harmony. And I think that the lyrics are really pretty good in this song. However, I think that the instrumental, I remember this flaw with it. The instrumental portion of the song is really loud. I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but I noticed that the instrumental portion of the song is especially loud. Like some of the words of the lyrics I can barely hear. But that's like my only complaint with it. Number 7. Fuck, this is where it gets difficult. Shit. Yeah, I think it is that. Okay. I don't know who's going to disagree with me or not. But I think that number 7 should be When I See Him. I don't know who's going to disagree with me on that. If anyone is going to disagree with me on that, I don't know. But I don't think it's as good anymore. I don't. Sorry, I like Bryce's voice, but that's not enough for me to like it. Especially when Blitz is also doing it. And he's barely even singing. He's just like talking mainly. And Mastermind, he's actually kind of like singing a little bit. But for When I See Him, he doesn't really sing. And I think that's kind of throws me out of it, I guess. It, like, pulls me out of the episode. It pulls me out of the song. Number 6 would have to be probably You Will Be Okay. I like it. I do. But not only is I Will Be Okay way better than You Will Be Okay, but it's also not as good as the other ones to hear. I don't think it's as good. It's a little, it's very emotional. I remember getting emotional when I first listened to it, when I was reacting to the episode. But I don't think it's as good anymore comparatively. Next up is Mastermind. I still like it, but I don't know. It's just a little too. It sounds kind of like like edgy medieval music. I don't know. It's kind of like weird. I don't know how to describe it. I guess that's the closest thing I could describe to it. Somebody has to relate. It just doesn't sound authentic. I still like it. I still like the lyrics and I still like the tune. But I don't know. Something about it is it's just off. There's just off about this one. Number 4, All to You. I like this one. It's emotional. It's really good. I think Bryce does the best for this one. I think this is his best song. It's also in Apology Tour, and I really like that episode. I do. And I think that it really did great. I think that it is a very solid song. Number 3 is I Will Be Okay. This is way better than You Will Be Okay. I still like You Will Be Okay, but I Will Be Okay is very fucking good. Like I said in the Sinsmith reaction, it's pretty much like a second verse to You Will Be Okay. And it's a little bit different with the instrumental. And the lyrics are a little different too. It's more edgy, it's more dark, it's more depressing, but I think it works better that way. I think that the depressing feeling for that song is way better than the wholesome feeling with Stolas and Octavia. Still like the wholesome one, but I think that the depressing one just works better. Number 2, Cotton Candy. And then number 1 is 2 Minutes Notice. Cotton Candy. These images look pretty much the same too. Look at that. Look at the images. Look how they're like standing. They're pretty much the same. They look like the same fucking image. But Cotton Candy, really fucking good. I can't help but jam out to this song every time I hear it. Every time I watch Queen Bee, I cannot help but fucking dance to this song. I cannot resist. It's just way too fucking good. I realize that it's not Kesha singing. Okay, what is this? Fuck you. Okay. I get that it's not Kesha singing, but it sounds a lot like her. And Kesha's a really good song artist. She really is. People like to clown on her, but I think that she is a pretty good song artist, admittedly. I have probably been out of frame this whole time. I have not been. Okay. Okay. And then, okay, sorry. Cotton Candy was really good though. It's amazing. It sounds like an actual Kesha song. It does. And I think it just worked. And then 2 Minutes Notice, best song. 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with this song. Damn, everybody from chat is gone. I haven't seen a new message in like 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes. Damn, I think everybody left. Y'all left me. Okay, never mind. Okay. So 2 Minutes Notice, pretty good. I would say that, I mean, Fizz's voice is pretty good. I mean, Alex Brightman does a lot of different voices. He does Fizzarolli, he does Adam, he does Sir Pentious, he does a lot of voices. He does Beetlejuice. I never actually saw him perform all that much as Beetlejuice. I watched a couple like videos of some stuff. But yeah. I think he's done pretty good. The song is amazing. The lyrics are amazing. The music, the instrumental is amazing. The episode was Myanmar's Magnificent Musical Mid-Season Special or something like that. It was an emotional episode. It was a good Fizz episode. The song means a lot. Has a lot of meaning. Has a lot of charm behind it. It just has a lot of love for it. Everything about this song is just great. Alrighty. Now, it is time. It is time for the characters. It is time for the characters of Hazbin Hotel. Like I said, I only added Elizabeth Lynch. I'm still here. Okay, thank you. I'm just joking that y'all left me. I was joking. I didn't mean to, yeah. Okay. With the characters, remember, I've only added the characters that have serviced the narrative or important characters for the story later on. So what I have is Andre, Barbie, B, Blitz, Crimson. Okay, sorry. Let me start again. Andre, Barbie, B, Blitz, Crimson, Fizz, Luna, Mammon, Millie, Moxie, Octavia, Ozzy, Satan, Stella, Stolas, Striker, Vortex, and Verosica. Are they in alphabetical order? They are. I never noticed that. All right. So, worst character in the whole show. I don't think I'm going to be offending anybody by putting this character here. This character is a bitch. There's nothing good about this character, and I'm not going to pretend like there is. Everything about this character fucking sucks. There's nothing redeeming about Stella. Stella is the absolute fucking worst, and I hate her, and I want her out of the fucking show. And that's all I gotta say. Next up, Crimson. This character's also a fucking bitch and needs to get out of the fucking show. I do not like this character. This character is abusive, manipulative. I hate this character. There's also nothing good about this character. But the only reason why Stella is below him is because there's a lot less screen time for Crimson. That is it. 16 is going to be Andre. Don't like him. Don't like him. I think he's a bitch. He's a bitch. That's all he is. He's just, like, he just needs to have the word bitch over his forehead. Uh, 15 is Mammon. Yeah. Fuck Mammon. Mammon's also a fucking dick, but he's a little more enjoyable. He has a more charming personality than the others. He's still an asshole, and I still hate him. But he's a bit more charming than the others. Number 14 is Stryker. I think that Stryker is an interesting concept for a character. Like, when you look at him and you see how he talks, the way he carries himself, the way he, like, has hatred for this and love for that and everything like that. When you take all that together, he is an interesting character, but we don't really know anything really that personal about him. We know baseline average shit about him. Or, like, not baseline average, but, like, the basic shit. We know, like, the tip of the iceberg shit. We're not really going in depth. And I think that they just need to flesh out his character more. Honestly. Next up is Octavia. A lot of people probably gonna be mad with me about that one. A lot of people probably gonna be mad with me about that. But I don't like Octavia's character at the moment. It's just the same shit with her. Just over and over again. Never evolving as a character. Never doing anything different with her. She's just the same fucking person every episode. There's no growth. No defining character moments. And, like, you could say, oh, well, what about this and that episode and this and that episode? Yeah, but what happens after that? It's not a defining character growth or a defining character moment if nothing changes about the character. This character has been an angsty little shit when she was introduced, and she is still an angsty little shit in the last episode. This girl has not changed. She has not evolved as a character. I don't like her. Number 12 is Barbie. Barbie is complicated. I think Barbie and Blitz just need to, like, talk, because, like, they're siblings. I get it. You're gonna have fights with siblings. But, like, what happened to their mother? It was an accident, right? And I get it. Like, you're gonna have some resentment. I get it. But, like, that's all this character is. It's just fucking resentment. She was in the show for fucking 5 minutes. In the worst episode of the show. And all we know about her is that she fucking resents Blitz. And that is it. That is all she is. This character's a fucking joke. That's what she is. She's a joke. Number 11 is Satan. Interesting character. Satan is very interesting in this universe. I think Satan is intimidating here, but we just don't have that much to go on. He was in one episode. We don't know anything about him personally, and that fucking sucks, because it's fucking Satan. You would think that Satan was a very interesting character, and he is charming, but we don't know fucking anything. We don't know anything about him in this universe. I get that people some people know, like, historically with Satan and a whole bunch of demon shit and everything like that. But every universe that talks about Satan is different. Every version of a story that has Satan in it is different. It's unique to one another. And so, like, I can't really use the stuff that I learned in other shows for this. Because everything about the show takes place in hell. I can't really use the context from, like, Supernatural for this universe. You know, hell in Supernatural and hell in Helluva Boss is very fucking different. It's extremely fucking different. But like I said, we just don't know anything about him, and that sucks. Because I was hoping that for a show that takes place in hell, that Satan would be a really good character. But he's not. Next up is Vortex. She is an emo after all. Who? Who are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking about. Fuck! Okay, there we go. Alright, next up, Vortex. Vortex, fucking, I don't know. I don't know. Same as Satan. He seems like an interesting character, but we don't know anything about him. He's got an interesting design. I think he looks cool, and he sounds cool, but we don't know anything about him. So he's in the number 10 spot. Number 9, B. We know a little bit. She's also hot, so there's that. But I like her. I think for the screen time that she's had, she's pretty good. But she is not amazing. Next up is Ozzy. Or, no, fuck that. Okay. Nope. Next up is Veronica. Veronica's pretty good. I like her. She's a good character. But not a whole lot to go on. We got some stuff for her. We got to dive a little deeper into her. During Apology Tour, she's gotten some good moments of clarity and comfort and growth. But it's just a little bit. We've only gotten a little bit. But I'm not upset about it. I just hope that she becomes more interesting later on and that she continues to grow as a person and as a character. Next up, Ozzy takes place number 7. Ozzy is pretty good. I like him. I don't like Satan because he's kind of a hypocrite. I would agree. Yeah. Ozzy is pretty good. Obviously, he takes good care of Fizz. They're very cute. They're a cute couple. And I would say that a lot of his character is really good. He's interesting. He's an interesting character. I wish we got a little more of him, but he's had a lot of screen time, and he's very interesting when he is on screen. I just wish we got a little more for him, you know? All right. What is it? Number 6? Yeah. Okay. Millie is number 6. Millie is not a good character. Okay. She's not a bad character, but she's not really a good one. I mean, I like her personality. I like some of the moments that she has in the show, but I don't really think she's a good character. She's got some moments of like helping others, but in terms of her getting helped and her growing, it's not really there. Next up, number 5 is probably Luna. Luna has some good moments too where she grows as a person. But I can't really say that she's a great character because she's mostly tucked in the background of most of the episodes. She's usually in the background. The only episode I can think of where she's in the spotlight is Seeing Stars, and that episode's not that good. That's the only time that I remember her being in the spotlight. I like her character. I think she's interesting. But she's not actually a good character. I like her, and I think she's interesting, but in full honesty, in writing of the show, in the context, she is not actually a great character. But she is better than most characters. And that's because of that personality. And because of how likable she is. I just wish that she was explored more. Number 4 is probably Fizz. Fizzarali has gotten a lot of growth. A lot. He's barely in the show. And he's got more love than Millie and Luna combined. They've barely attempted Millie. And they did a lot for Fizz. And that's fucking hilarious. That's very sad, but also fucking hilarious. But I think that Fizz does really good. I think he's a pretty good character. He's very solid. Number 3 is Moxie. A lot of growth for this character. He gets so much love, so much appreciation, so much care. He gets a lot of screen time. And that's also really funny because Millie is his fucking wife. She's supposed to be just as important as he is. And she's not. He is way more important than she is. And that's fucking hilarious still. That's so fucking funny. I don't understand why they did that, but it is funny. Like, it really is. But yeah, Moxie is really fucking good. And the performance by Richard Horvitz is really good. Alright, now number 2 and number 1. This honestly might come as a shock to most people. Just like with Alistair in the previous list. But I'm going to place Stolas in slot 2. And put Blitz in slot 1. Oh wait, these both came from the same episode. These pictures. These both came from the same episode. Alright, let's talk about Stolas. Amazing character. Amazing. I love this character. Obviously, for more reasons than one, as people may know. But I think that this character is very well written, and the performance by Bryce is amazing. Everything about this character is pretty good, even in his flaws. His flaws are really good. They make him a better character. The difference between someone like Stolas and someone like Stella is that a flaw should not be 100% of that character. It should be part of a character. It's what makes the character realistic. It's what makes them relatable. But when you have a character like Stella, whose flaw is being a bitch, and you have that flaw throughout the entire time that she's in it, that's a problem. It's a problem. Because Stella's a fucking bitch, and I want her out. However, Stolas does have issues. He's naive. He's a naive person. He really is. Just like Blitz has a lot of self-hatred problems and tends to dwell on the past. These characters have flaws, but they shouldn't be the entire character. I think that Stolas' flaws are really good for his character and his growth as a person. Stolas has a great arc. Some would say that it's a negative arc. I would agree. But has a great arc nonetheless. And I think that he's a very great character. Very great. But he's not the best. Because the best is Blitz. It is extremely rare for me as a person who watches movies and TV shows to have the main character be my favorite character. It is extremely rare that that happens. But this character is admittedly the best character because of the growth that he has had. He has gotten so much love, so much care. He's gotten so many moments, so many defining character moments, so many growths, so many flaws. Everything about this character is great. And like I said, even the flaws are great. It makes him relatable. It makes him realistic. I think that and the performance by Bryson, what the fuck? The performance by Brandon is probably the best performance of the show. I think that Blitz is honestly the best character. And with that being said, we're done here. This was fun. I am definitely going to do this for the Owl House. I know I promised that. So I will do that when I have time for it. I'll let you guys know ahead of time. Probably way before ahead of time. Probably like during, maybe like a week before it happens or something like that. But yeah, I will do that as soon as I can. But, you know, this was fun. And, you know, when season 3 and 4 comes out, we're gonna, you know, do another one. Same with Has-Been. So, yeah, that'll be fun. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed watching this, then please do like and subscribe. It would really help out a lot. If you guys want to see full-length early... Fuck my life! If you guys want to see early access to videos, as well as some extra stuff for the... That's the wrong thing. I'm doing my outro all wrong. It's been a couple months, okay? Give me a break. If you guys want to see full-length Raw reactions, then go ahead and go down to the Patreon link down below. And if you guys want to see early access to videos, as well as some extra stuff for the channel, then go ahead and grab that channel membership down below as well. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, guys.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain.